forward. Didn't really go anywhere. But for Invictus Gaming, this is the first time we're seeing them on Summoner's Rift for 2022. It's a brand new roster. Lucas, Shun, Naney, yes, somewhat familiar names, but the Shy and Rookie aren't here. We're going to see if IG can still bring the same mojo that you and Munchables are so much a fan of. Honestly, as a, previous IG, what was I, Lyric? I stated that,
you were
IG,
a connoisseur.
Yeah, connoisseur, that's right. I'm curious to see where this could go, and honestly, against TT, it's as great a match as any to open up the day. So we head on to Summoner's Rift, and we're going to be talking a lot about how IG can get the game moving before TT get to that late game state. Before those side lanes jump into action, it's a pleasure to have you here as the scenery keeps on changing. And, Lyric, 4 days of LPL. Is it early neutral control? Is it early objective control that sets you up? Especially if you can find an angle in this top lane.
Ooh, yeah, this would be quite nice if Shun was able to do it. Naney playing very respectfully, so that isn't going to come out. I think in terms of early objectives, you're definitely looking at ET being a bit favored in terms of the fact that they have very close trade coming up from Naney.
A lot of pros not liking this one at the moment, Lyric. The fact that the percentage health damage is a pain to deal with. Detail right now. IG getting ready to go on the bottom lane. That's grabbing him. The flash away won't save him as down at the bottom lane. Puff's going to be the focus. It's Ignite down and First Blood. Over to Xiaoyu. Welcome to the LPL, good sir.
Been able to keep up strength ever since, and I think this has opened up a lot of options for IG, so where you can even technically play both sides of the map at the same time, to where if Shun can hover around the spot side, as we see both junglers here now.
It's a bait, he's at half health. The 80 carry of IG needs to get out of there, but Xiaoyu goes down. Frigid takes the kill. And patience a virtue for the TT jungler to get one back.
Here, yeah, they are going to start heading up now. They're going to be extremely late on this. I think TT definitely secured themselves the Herald. The question is if IG's bottom lane gets here in time to where IG can try to force some kind of winning fight off of this, but it seems like so much time wasted when you could have been pushing the bottom tower.
Well, Naney's going to at least run in anyway. Frigid gets the Herald, but kick back as well. Gets him out. There's the ulti. A two-man fear from Uekai. It's beautiful, but follow-up necessary as the quickness comes in. Frigid goes down. One for the Herald. TT will still take their chance.
I think for IG, they're in a great place. We can already see them trying to set up a potential top dive onto New. Pause. He'll get it.
Kick into the wall. Sonic Wave. That's clean. No X-Deck ultimate for you as the teleport finally comes through. It ain't unleashed, so Captain only had one choice. Sonic Wave doesn't connect. They need to work behind. There's the ulti. Oh my god, it hits. Uekai take people with him as well. Oh, I thought Frigid was coming for the ride, but he instead decided to kill Shun on the way in, as this dragon sits waiting.
Yeah, but still, look at your minimap. Uekai is roaming over. The TP coming out from Naney now. IG want to fight.
Oh, Lucas got the ulti as well. There's Shadow Surge right on in for a two-man gloom. That's a reset. Long distance onto Captain almost for another, but a two-man grabs him ulti. Pause, only one. Puff gets flashed on as well. Xiaoyu. That's the IG spirit we know and love, with 3 members instantly dead from TT. No, I was right. It's 4. With Uekai carrying on this Vex.
No neutral objective up on the map right now. GTR pushed so far into their base, it's really hard to find kills unless they go forward.
Well, it's a wild growth for Shun going in for the Sonic Wave. Uekai on the wing. Remember that Shadow Surge is back up and available. And I believe Doom is at the ready. Yes, it is as of now. Down in the bottom lane, News trying to push out the wave. Get some authority for TT, because once again, the early game looked quite competitive. It was only 1k gold lead for Invictus Gaming, make it 2 by the 15-minute mark. But Lyric, it's blown up once again in TT's faces. And you just have to say that there's so much promise in the early game, but it's hard to see the transition from TT and where it all goes wrong.
Heavily. They can't win against either Gwen or Vex. I guess Camille, as we can see, can fare against Vex, but still have to be incredibly careful.
Can this be a solo
Uekai
kill?
Looking for it.
Well, personal space use. Uekai, remember, he has the Shadow Surge, and it can go through. Wait, we've got these new upstarts who are absolutely dominating TT in this first game.
I'm just trying to remember if I have them in playoffs in my power rank, because I think I did. I think I was crazy enough to believe in IG for no reason, but looks like IG gonna potentially look for a fight, but Frigid knows he just has to get the hell out of there. Flashes over the wall. And now, I mean, for IG, it's just going to be grouping up and start pushing down some of these structures. Again, a relatively clean game so far.
Because some of the elements we talked about, like Lucas syncing up with Shun, I don't think we've talked about it much this game, but to be fair, it's been a lot about some of these Stark fights coming through. More about the pickoffs as well when Shun came to the bottom lane, but Lucas has been syncing up with his jungler once again. We talked about him having the highest jungle proximity out of any support last year. For Invictus Gaming, you know, once again, those two linking up, great synergy with the rest of the team is bringing on this game #1 winners. There's the ulti again from Uekai. Underneath turret, there's some good damage coming out of TT, but look at the response. Uekai hits Captain once, and he's near half HP. He's into the back line. The kick before the polymorph. And it's Xiao Yeji who picks up yet another kill on Southwind. Shun is front-lining this. The ultimate misses. Xiao Yeji getting close, but it might not matter in the end. Baron coming through. They have the Ocean Soul. Again, it's a Lee Sin who still hasn't died. One Nexus turret hits its maker. And IG staring at the other. Uekai still in here with Flash available, waiting for that Doom to come through. Personal space to give a shield, but doesn't need it for now. Gets it, sends him backwards, and TT lose yet another. This is tough. Dropping to the Nexus, and IG are in for the win. As against TT, they tried their heart out in the early game, but Invictus Gaming pulled off fights like no other. The Nexus will drop down in game 1, a sure thing for the new Invictus Gaming.
IG, gotta pad stats when you can. Especially when we talked about the dynamic of, right? The players like Lucas, Shun, heck, even Nani, they've been on a team with Southwind and Puff before, so I'm sure we're gonna have a bit of fun there. Solid showing. We were already hitting on it a little bit. I think Shun coming out strong. We saw nice setup towards that bot lane gank when I assume they had no information that Purdue could be there with the ward